Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you for coming to the city of Cupertino. If I could get you all down here, we'll start the proceedings. We have some good news coming out of City Hall, thanks to the work of the Cupertino Library Campaign. And I'd like to start off by having Nicole Lee begin the presentations.
Super, thanks, Rick. May I invite everyone to come and join us down here in the plaza area. As you can see behind us, this is our library. You can see the steel structure going up, and the purpose of this press conference is to acknowledge our donors to the project. At this time, I'd like to introduce Barbara Rogers, who is the campaign chairperson for the Cupertino Library Campaign. Barbara?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Nicole, and what a grand day. The weather is great. The library is growing. We thank Ralph Qualls for all his wonderful work and the City Council for their strict attendance to this project, and together we're going to do a wonderful job. In about 2 weeks, the bid for shelving will be let, and that's very important because we need something on which to put the books. We could sit on orange crates, but we need shelving. And we will have enough money raised to be able to let that bid, and we are delighted. And that is because of the generous donations of everybody in the community. People who have donated from $25 up to $150,000 and everything in between. All those donations are important, and they indicate the real interest of this community in a library. We are a reading community, and we celebrate, and we thank you all very much indeed.
Thank you, Barbara. At this time, I'd like to introduce our mayor, Sandy James.
Thank you, Nicole. And if I could just take 1 second and introduce my fellow council members. We have Vice Mayor Patrick Kwok, Chris Wang, former Mayor Richard Lowenthal, and Dolly Sandoval is recuperating from surgery, or she would be here. I want to thank both Nicole and Barbara and all of the members of the library fundraising committee for working so hard and getting us to and through this first goal that we had, which was to raise enough money to purchase the bookshelves, which was close to $500,000. And we're here today to acknowledge many of the donors, in fact, I think almost all of the donors to date, who have been gracious enough to donate to our wonderful new library, which will be not only the center of learning in our city, but is going to be one of the centers of our cities. So why don't we just start out with the first contribution, and it's from the Cupertino Library Foundation, their president, Pat Rogers, and it's for $150,000. Where are you, Pat? Well, there may be another $50,000. Right at this moment, it's $150,000.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Second is Friends of the Cupertino Library, represented by their chair, Kathy Stakey, for $75,000. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Kathy. Our pleasure.
Ron Callie is here representing the Edward Callie family for $50,000. Ron, thank you very much. Chris Wang and Sing Kung representing the Friends of Michael Chang for $25,000. Sing Kung.
Very nice.
Okay. I think they didn't want anyone to say anything right now. Will we bring them back, maybe? Then we should probably let them all say something. Why don't we bring them back? Jacqueline Saphir, representing the Prometheus Real Estate Group, $25,000. And I think all of these presenters will be back in a few minutes to say a few words. Thank you, Jackie. Michelle Hu. Michelle and Jackson Hu, $15,000. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. Barbara Rogers, representing Pat and Barbara Rogers, $10,000. It's okay, it only says 100,000. Don't worry about it. Thank you. We also have with us today Carolyn Randall. Carolyn and her husband have been gracious enough to donate and commission 2 works of art, 2 bronze sculptures of children and animals and books. Carolyn, why don't you come forward so we can say thank you to you.
Thank you very much. Good. Super.
And there are many others that are not able to be here today. 2 of them that you've heard about are Annie and Fred Chan, of course, donated a beautiful aquarium. The aquarium and the sculptures are a separate entity from the foundation, the Library Foundation campaign, which is to raise the money for the furniture, fixtures, and equipment. This is the first goal. There's 2 other goals, which I'm sure Nicole will be talking to you about. But on behalf of the City Council, I want to thank everyone who's already participated, ask you to come back down again, and I think Nicole wants to give you an opportunity to speak.
Why don't we do this one here?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, there's one more that I missed. Mahesh, Nihalani, and Anjira Day, the Cupertino Indian American community for $25,000. Skipped right over. The beauty of all the different people you've seen come forth is that they really do represent a cross-section of this community. And that is the beauty of this project. It's one of the things that Cupertino does its very best. And that's the coming together to work as a group to create something wonderful that really does represent the best of what Cupertino is all about. So you all are going to want to get on board and be recognized. You only have a few months left to do this. This library will be open, because Ralph's running it, on time and on budget in October of this year. So you need to get involved in the fundraising. You need to help us get to our next 2 levels. And I know we want everyone to come and speak for a few moments. I'm going to pass this to Nicole, and then she'll tell you a little bit about what's going to happen next.
Okay. Would anyone like to say a few words on this campaign? Mahesh?
Good morning, everybody. It's such an honor and pleasure to be here, to be part of this noble cause. A great library is more than just books in a building. As a center for research, cultural exchange, and learning, it is one of the greatest assets of any community. We in Cupertino are particularly fortunate since our library is the busiest and the most active library the system recognized as one of our nation's best. The Indian community is rising to the occasion and will contribute for this very noble cause and help the library maintain its important role in our community, of which we are absolutely an integral part. And we will definitely try and achieve much more than that, what we have committed today. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to sing?
Yeah, good morning. Today I'm just very honored I can bring this check our Cupertino library. And we have been living in Cupertino. We know how important library is. And there's two things I especially like to talk about this check. First, this check has been donated by lots of people. That means the whole community try to support the library. Also, this check is friends of the Michael Chen. We know Michael in the 8 years as council, he has been made lots of contribution, such as build the city with the Hsinchu and build lots of bridge in the community, especially in the library project. Michael have lots of devotion, and so we try to honor him and put him as so we get together to present a check to the Cupertino. So actually, this one check has many purpose and all very good meaning. And as we see in the, we're looking for in the library, I know the Simpson Michael check is this donation will be decorated dais. So I think we're looking forward to see that. So I think the idea is we all work together to make this Cupertino a stronger community. I think that's where this represents for. Thank you, everybody. I'm so glad.
Thank you, Singh. Kathy?
Thank you, Nicole. I wanted to make a few comments on behalf of the Friends of the Cupertino Library. We are a volunteer group, and we were able to contribute $75,000. We're hoping that this will inspire others, other groups, other folks to make some kind of contribution. We have one of the finest libraries in the nation, and of course Cupertino, we're the brain trust of Silicon Valley, so let's all gather together and help out. Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you, Kathy. Anyone else would like to share their comments? Yes, Pat.
Good morning. I'm Pat Rogers. I'm the president of the Cupertino Library Foundation. The foundation is a volunteer group that was founded in 1994, and its charter says we are there to enhance the Cupertino Library. We were happy to contribute $150,000 in the form of a check immediately to help buy the shelves, and we have pledged an additional $50,000. And I say it really makes me happy for myself and all the people of Cupertino to look over there and see that library rising.
Thank you very much, Pat. Michelle?
Mayor, council members, and other guests. Cupertino is a reading city. The library has the highest circulation rate in the Santa Clara County for over 20 years. The new library will be a state-of-the-art, lifelong resource for the community. I'm glad and honored that my husband and I can make a small donation to furnish the library. My husband, Jackson, is in semiconductor, and my work's in finance, so we chose the business resource area to make our donation. We believe that the new library will serve the needs of all people of all ages in our richly diverse community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michelle. Ron?
Well, I was drafted into this, but that's fine. I think I can just speak to the many changes that my family has witnessed here since the 1920s when my grandfather first came here. From the agrarian society that we were involved in to the high-tech society we see today, and from the influx of the European immigrants back in the 20s to the influx of all our immigrants today. But there's been the one constant, and that, as somebody brought up before, is the ability of people in Cupertino from whatever background and whatever culture to work together towards a common goal. So it's nice to see that over that many years that has not changed. It still remains a constant here. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Ron. Jackie?
I'm I'm with the Prometheus Real Estate Group, and we've had the privilege of doing business in Cupertino for about 25 years, and we are thrilled to be a part of this wonderful project. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you very, very much. Anyone else would like to share a few words at this time about our project? I'm sure we'll be having many more press conferences as our city and citizens, our civic groups, and other organizations come up to donate towards our new library. Behind me, you will see there are some new schematics. They will be available in the lobby of City Hall for those who would like to see it. And you're also welcome to come down here to City Hall to take a look at the building being constructed. At a later date, we will be having a tour of the facilities, and we will definitely get the word out to our community to come and join us. And I believe this is a conclusion. Does anybody else have any comments they would like to share? Once again, on behalf of the citizens of Cupertino, I want to thank everyone for being here today. We have press kits available that will give you more details on the drawings of the library. And this is what's so great about our city. All of us coming together, working together for a wonderful project. And thank you. Till the next time. Bye-bye.